There we go. That looks good. Alright, says we're live. Hey there, folks. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to finally put an end to NASCAR Thunder's 2004 career mode simulation. So let us go ahead and start it up. There we go. Yep, there we go. Alright. Set up there. Get the controller.
EA Sports. It's in the game.
EA Sports. It's in the game.
NASCAR Thunder 2004.
Alright. It is time to get it underway. Gotta press start. There we go. Alright, here we go. Again, we'll probably have enough time after this, oh yeah, we'll probably have enough time after this, career mode sim to get started on, to do like a couple of the extra modes in this game. So if you remember last time, we did get through the Daytona 500 just to see the age. Well, that little bit of music you heard was from the game itself. But this music you're hearing now is just from YouTube. So with that, let's just gonna keep rolling right along. And first up, we got the Subway 500, or 400 at Rockingham. Ryan Newman wins. LeBron finished 6th, and of course we finished dead last. What else is new? And of course that means that Tiburon's not happy with us. Fritz, here we go. Oh, that's right. I need to get rid of my autosave so we can just roll right along. No. I'm using YouTube. As Jeff Gordon gets the win at Vegas, Michael Waltrip got a top 5. Jerry Nadeau almost got into the top 10, but it didn't quite work. Next up is Atlanta. Newman gets win number 2. Elliott Sadler got a top 10. Hey there, Susie. Welcome to the welcome to the stream. Harvey gets the win at Darlington. Nadeau got a top 10. Walter got a top 10, and Nemechek got a top 10. Good runs for those three as we head on to Bristol next. Gordon gets another win. Newman got 6th. Labonte went from 42nd to 5th. Good for him, and he clearly led the most laps, right? Yep. Leading I'd say almost a quarter of the race. Gets you that bonus. No surprises otherwise in the top 10. Harvick does win the Samsung, gets his second of 3 wins. A second win in 3 races. There we go. Winning at Texas. Jamie McMurray and Michael Waltrip both get top 10s. Next stop is Talladega. Gordon gets win number 3. Busch led the most laps. Ricky Craven got into the top 10. Go with another quick sim. Yeah, not happy. Tony Stewart wins the Virginia 500. Johnny Benson with a top 10 finish. They're still not lowering their expectations. Let's just stick with the custom car for a little bit. Easy Care. Academy Sports. And Food Lion. That looks good. Alright, time for our first points check. Who's leading this thing? It's Ryan Newman by 43 points over Dale Earnhardt Jr. And right now it's the top 5 that have a chance at the title. All separated by 158 points. That's just enough of a race distance. As we move on to the Auto Club Speedway. Jimmy Johnson gets his first win of the season. Ricky Craven and Johnny Benson with top 10s. Next stop, Richmond. Jeff Gordon wins again. He's probably going to keep going until he gets that title. Steve Park with another Richmond top 10 as we go into the All-Star Open. And Ricky Craven got the win there. There we go, the actual Coke 600. Gordon with another win. Ricky Craven with another top 10. Good for him. As Easy Care has decided to leave us. And I believe Kroger did as well. Yep. Moving on, Food Lion. And Maxell Cameras. Next up is Dover. Gordon got the win. Harvick got a top 10. Ricky Craven just missed the top 10. Tough for them. No, I want to check so bad, but we can't. Just to keep this moving along. Gordon with another win. Ricky Craven got up to 6th place. Waltrip got in the top 10 as well. Next up is Michigan. Matt Kenseth gets his first win of the season. Craven again in the top 10. Next stop, Infineon. Jimmy Johnson with win number 2. Jeff Burton gets 3rd. Ricky Craven 10th again. We'll go with Cintas for the front of the car this time. And for the side, we'll go back to Windcraft. Alright, yeah, Food Lion's no longer happy. Kevin Harvick gets a Daytona win. Chase Montgomery got a top 10. Good for him. Let's not even bother. Tony Stewart wins at Chicagoland. Nice try for him. We may as well reassign our back of the car sponsor. Let's go with Craftsman. Hopefully we got enough money saved up. Cintas could take over at the driver's side of the car. So how's everybody doing, by the way? Yes, I do still call it a Codemasters F1 game. Newman's still looking for his second championship. He's got 33 wins and he's 41 points above Junior. Jimmy Johnson with win number 3. Elliott Sadler in the top 10. Matt Kenseth gets win number 2 at Pocono. Any surprises? Yes, I am ready for the new era of motorsports. Michael Waltrip takes 9th. Jody Benson takes 10th. Kurt Busch gets his first win of the season of the Brickyard 400. Newman 4th, Junior 5th. Waltrip 9th, Ricky Craven got 11th. So again, he just missed the top 10. Let me check and see how that's going now, by the way. Oh yeah, it's 75 points. Newman's doing his best. We'll see if it keeps up. It does. Gordon got the win, but Newman got 5th. But Junior led a lap, so that's basically even things out. Waltrip and Craven with another top 10. We still got no surprise winners, though. Hey, Derek, welcome back. Gordon wins the Michigan 400. Newman getting another points advantage over Junior. Craven with another top 10. And Cintas says goodbye. Time to put Craftsman on the front of the car. Let's keep going. Next up is the Sharpie 500, and Tony Stewart gets the win that time. Harvick 3rd. Jimmy Johnson, no he didn't. 70 wasn't enough. Who led the most then? Jeremy Mayfield at 15th led the most laps. And Stewart beat Johnson by less than 1/10 of a second, so it was pretty close. Any surprises? Yeah, Michael Waltrip still getting in the top 10 finishes. Next up is the Mountain Dew Southern 500. Harvick gets the win that time. Any surprises in the back? Yeah, Kurt Busch wrecked out at the lap 163. I'm thinking this is now Ryan Newman's championship to lose at this point. Harvick 2 in a row. Waltrip pretty far back, but he almost got but he gets 2nd place at Richmond. As we lose our Craftsman sponsor. These just aren't going to change, so let's just stick with Tiburon and Ritz for the rest of the career mode. Last race before we check. Gordon wins the Sylvania Auto Parts 300. Michael Waltrip, another top 10 finish. So where does that put everybody at the points with 9 races to go? Junior leads by 4. Labonte and Stewart, though, are within striking distance. Meanwhile, Kurt Busch is 8th. He's got 29 wins to his record, though, at least. How many wins does Gordon have now? Since he's not going to retire in this career mode, apparently. 223 wins. You would think that would be enough, but for the game, no, it's not enough. Good try. Gordon wins the Dover 400, so that's 224. Newman keeping up his gain in the points. That's now a 10-point gain on Newman. And it looks like, yep, Labonte wrecked out, so there goes his shot at winning the title. Next up is the EA Sports 500. Stewart got the win. Ooh, could be a bit of a difference, because Junior wrecked at lap 34. That's big. Sorry, 32. My bad. Yeah, Stewart won. Jamie McMurray gets in the top 10, and he even led a lap, so good for him. So these three are going to make some big gains on Junior. Let's see how that affected the point standings. Yep, Ryan Newman once again the points leader, now by 52. Labonte, he's an outside shot now. What happened to Stewart? Did I miss him? Yeah, I did miss him. He was 2nd. Okay, my bad. Okay, so yeah, there's still an outside shot for Gordon to get championship, or Labonte to get championship number 7. Right now, it's Stewart pulling away from Newman. Well, actually, they both got this. Oh yeah, Stewart pulled away by 5 lap points. Let's see. Junior made up by finishing 5th. Labonte's gonna fade. It looks like Gordon's gonna fade too, so it'll be between Newman, Stewart, and Junior for the 2019 Cup Series Championship. Moves right on to Lowe's. Stewart got the advantage this time, even though Kenseth got win number 4 for Kenseth. Let me check. No, that's just win number 3. He's had 3 wins in the last 3 seasons. That's something. Yeah, Stewart pulled closer a little bit. Well, that's one way of putting it. Newman is 27 points ahead of Stewart. Stewart's looking for his 5th championship. Newman's looking for his 2nd. Junior's also looking for his 5th. Keep that little dynasty he's got going. And Gordon and Labonte are both still outside shots with 5 races to go. And he pulled a little bit closer. He got the most laps led, so he's gained 10 points on Labonte. He's gained a lot on these, a bit on these 3, since Junior was the only one to lead a lap. So that's a 15-point gain for Gordon to Junior. And just add 5 and 10 more for the others. Didn't check the rest of the top 10. Not like it's going to be any different, though. Yeah, there you see, the gap is now 130 between Gordon and Newman. Bonnie's 145. It's the first time in a long time the top 5 technically have a shot at the title. And Newman, I think he's going to overtake... Junior's going to overtake Newman since he finished 6th this time. 7th, Ricky Craven 10th. Junior with the win at the Georgia 500. Where does that put Junior now? Yeah, he's closing in. So is Stewart. It's now a 7-point gap. F1 2022 pre-orders. I'm probably going to get it for PC unless things change. Alright, Newman got the win at Phoenix. And Tiburon's no longer happy. Marco Waltrip and Ricky Craven with more top 10s. So Newman's got a little bit of ground to go. A little bit of ground gained. Heading into North Carolina. How close is that gap? The gap is 22 points between Stewart and Newman, and 102 points for Newman and Junior. Gordon has now pretty much officially out of the championship hunt. He can get the wins, but he just can't get the consistency done in the late stages. Newman with the win, Junior 4th. That just made the gap bigger. Waltrip 2nd again. He even led a lap. Stewart 7th, so it's between Newman and Junior. It's a 51-point gap between Stewart and Newman. So I think Newman's got more to worry about Stewart than Junior, but we'll see what happens. Here we go. Final race of the season, and... uh-oh! Dale Earnhardt Jr. is your 2019 NASCAR Cup Series champion. Unbelievable. Oh my! Joe Nemechek gets his first top 5 in this career mode, by the way. Kurt Busch gets win number 2 of the season. But against all odds, Dale Earnhardt Jr. is your NASCAR Cup's 2019 NASCAR Cup Series champion. Blown engines had got Newman and Stewart out of it. Unbelievable. Well, I don't know what to do now but check the stats. Newman got 10 poles, Earnhardt 9, Stewart and Gordon with 4, Johnson 3, Pete Nelson with 2, Michael Waltrip had 1, Seth Taylor with 1, Bobby Gordon with 1, Kurt Busch with 1, and that's it. And in terms of wins, Jeff Gordon again had the most with 12, Tony Stewart 5, Ryan Newman 4, Matt Kenseth and Jimmy Johnson with 3, Kurt Busch 2, Bobby Labonte 1, Junior 1, and that's it. And finally, let's take a look at the other stuff. Well, the only thing to take a look at is the lap champion. Jimmy Johnson actually led the most laps by a considerable margin. But in the end, he only won like 3 races. Yeah, 3 races. the most he's won in this career mode was 5 in 2014, but he is still yet to win a championship. And Junior only got 1 win, but it was enough to win the championship by 18. Well, nothing left to do but reset the season. Who's retired? And 2 more rookie drivers. You know, I want to try something for the new season. There's a little glitch I used to run back in NASCAR Thunder 2003, where if you keep rotating this to the right, maybe like different drivers will retire and different sponsors will appear. I used to do that a lot. So I'm hoping maybe things will work out like that here. I have no idea why that happened, but it just did. Alright, let's go sign our new crew members. Oh, they're actually a bit better, but at least here we don't have to worry about upgrading the car. Remember, we're still stuck at 50s across the board. I don't know what to do, but enable the autosave. So I want to see if that works as we head into the final 3 seasons of this career mode. The final 2 or 3 years of this career mode. And your winner is Bobby Labonte. Johnny Benson with a top 10, Ricky Craven with a top 10, Robbie Gordon with a top 10, and Kurt Busch wrecked at lap 62. Sorry, Susie. Alright, here we go. Race 2 at North Carolina. Kevin Harvick wins. Kurt Busch made up for it with a 3rd place finish. Michael Waltrip 6th. Johnny Benson 10th. As Nabisco is finally unhappy. I guess it was just in the end for NASCAR Thunder 2003. I'm not going to do that glitch when we do that career mode, by the way. That wouldn't be fair. I'm just going to do it as is. Matt Kenseth wins at Las Vegas. Michael Waltrip with another top 10 finish. Gordon wins at Atlanta. What else is new? Michael Waltrip gets a top 10. Next up is Darlington. Yes, the quick select feature. That's what I've been using to auto select the parts I need for the car. Junior wins at Darlington. Michael Waltrip 7th. Ricky Craven 9th. Bobby Labonte is the one that wrecked out early. Junior with another win. I think he wants that 6th championship. Waltrip and Craven once again get into the top 10. I don't think we're really going to get any more surprise winners. We would have expected that if, like, Gordon or Labonte retired, but we haven't gotten that. We haven't gotten that because the game only forces retirement at the 8 championships, I believe. Harvick wins at Talladega. Johnny Benson with another top 10. Last race before the first. We'll see. Well, we would have seen if that was his only win, but he got another win, so that's 2 wins now. Junior leads the points by 49 over Jeff Gordon. Is Kenseth? No, he still does not have his championship, even though he did in real life in 2003. I'm doing good. How are you guys? How are you all? Harvick with the win. Gordon in 2nd. Could this finally be the year he gets that 7th championship? Next up is Richmond. And yep, Gordon wins again. Kenseth 2nd. Another top 10 for Waltrip. I'm very glad. Bring back Nabisco. Yeah, like I said, those 2 are just going to be the package sponsors we get for the rest of the career mode. Robbie Gordon wins the All-Star Open. Not that that matters as much. Next up, Kurt Busch gets a Coke 600 win. Good for him, especially that Gordon, yep, wrecked out and finished 42nd. Round 13. Decent finish from Gordon this time. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, Derek. I'm sorry it didn't work out for you. I know things will work out better for you next time. Harvick wins at Dover. Let's see, what's next? Junior wins. Here's got third at Pocono. Kansas gets a top 10 in there. Close to checking out the point standings again. See how much things have changed in the middle point. Well, a strong finish for Kurt, but Tony Stewart gets the win at Michigan. Jamie McMurray and Jeremy Mayfield get top 10s. Next up is Infineon. Gordon gets the win there. No surprise top 10s. Next up is Daytona. Jimmy Johnson wins at Daytona finally. I don't remember when he last won at Daytona. Kurt Busch managed to get a top 10. Next up is Chicagoland. Another win for Jeff Gordon. Alright, so let's check the point standings. Labonte's leading Junior by 15, and he leads Gordon by 33. I must have missed Kurt somewhere. Where is he? Wait. Oh no! Oh no, this game might be glitched out at the end! What the heck? It's only gone down to 30th! What the heck? Oh no! I didn't even notice Kurt Busch is not even there. What the hell? Where the heck? Where'd he go? Oh, no wonder this game was glitched out. Where did he go? Wait, who they say won the... Yeah, it says he won, but where'd he go? Where did he go? Oh no. Hey, don't worry about it, man. We may have bigger things to worry about here. Oh goodness, this game's glitched. This game just got glitched. I don't think they expected... I honestly don't think they expected Jeff Gordon to stay out this long in his career. So I think now that I think all these other racers are just going for pride. That must be it. That must be it. Junior wins at the Brickyard. We're living in some kind of messed up alternate reality here. That's all I could got. Gordon wins. Nadeau gets into the top 10. Waltrip gets into the top 10. Let me just make sure. Yeah, this game is finally broken. This game has officially been broken. I think I broke it. Because, this shouldn't make sense. Good. Gordon wins. Mayfield and Walter get into the top 10. We're not quitting now, though. We're almost done with this career mode. We've come too far just to quit now at the final hurdle. Well, we're almost at the final hurdle. Next up is the Southern 500. Gordon wins. Kurt Busch second. Not that it matters. Michael Waltrip 9th. Jeff Burton 10th. Newman wins. Craven in the top 10. Burton also in the top 10. Yeah, I see. I told you that makes sense. Junior wins. Waltrip gets into the top 10. What the heck just happened? What the heck just happened? Gordon's finally leading the points, but I don't know if it should have been this close. It's 87 points over Junior. I think the game just wants this to be over with. One of these guys, I forgot Labonte has 7 titles. He's close to beating Gordon in championships. Can Labonte do anything good? You got a little bit over Gordon. There's that. Like 15 points. Oh no, not 15. 13 points. Next up is the EA Sports 500. Labonte wins. There we go. That's something. Kurt Busch led the most laps. Again, not like it's gonna matter. I think this career mode's starting to crumble in itself. Junior wins, though. Oh, Gordon's still leading that championship, though, by 30 points over Junior. Will it last? So far, yes, especially since Junior did not finish as high as he should have. I think Kenseth led the most laps that time. Harvick with the win. That points lead is now gained to 67 points. Yeah, a lot of guys are missing. I do not know what happened. I do not know what just happened. No. It's okay. Don't worry about it. Kenseth wins. Labonte's got a little bit of a gain on Junior. I think it was like 4 points. But Gordon barely got into the top 10. These records are now incomplete. Like I said, the simulation's starting to crumble, but we're almost done here. Got a couple more seasons to go. Next up is Atlanta. Junior got the win, so he's going to reestablish something in terms of points. 3 to go. Exactly, but that's not going to matter. Because for some reason, we're only down to 30 positions in the standings. I think I may have done something wrong with the simulation. Stewart wins. Ricky Craven gets in the top 5. Gordon's going to get a little bit of a gap, especially since... Oh, no, I thought Junior... Did he? No, he didn't. He's just... Wait. Oh, there he is. I missed some. Alright, where does that put the standings now? It's a 34-point gap as we head into North Carolina. Who wins? Harvick wins. I know. These 3 points positions got close. That's okay. See you in a bit, dude. Alright, so heading into Homestead, it's a close 81-point gap. If we have something similar to last year, then this could be Labonte's 8th championship. What do we got? I don't think it's enough. I think Junior is a 6-time NASCAR Cup Series champion. Oh no, it's Gordon! Gordon finally gets championship number 7! After so long! So, now we know that this win record is incomplete. There's no point in going through it anymore. Let's go straight into the new season. Because none of this matters anymore. Johnny Benson retired and Joe Nemechek retired. It's about time some of these other guys retired. Johnny Benson kept getting top 10s, but his career in the simulation was nothing of note, unfortunately. As for Scott Wimmer, again, with a few you only got one top 5 in this entire simulation. And that was in the last season, 2019. Let's not say... Alright, so either this is the last season, or... oh no, next season is the last season. So let's go ahead and re-sign our team. There we go. Let's go ahead and save. This train wreck of a season, this train wreck of a career mode is finally going to end soon. Alright, here we go. Your 2021 Daytona 500 winner is Jeff Gordon. January 9th, David Green back in the 10th place. So now comes the challenge of who's going to win this 8th championship first. Will it be Gordon or Labonte? Because it could be either one of them. Now they both have 7 championships. Darn it, I keep forgetting to check the rest of the top 10. Gordon wins. Mickey Craven 10th. Let me just do a check. Has it fixed? It only counted... Oh, it's counting Kurt Busch now, but... He has not had a good run so far, unfortunately. His average finish is 38.7 in the first 3 races. As Gordon has swept the first 3 races. Harvick wins. Kurt Busch finally gets into the top 5. Steve Park 9th, Jamie McMurray 10th. There we go. Now it's going to be somewhat of a fixed thing. Hey, Nabisco. Welcome back. Next up is the Blue City 500. Kurt Busch gets the win this time. He's finally making up for it. Making up for all those early wrecks. Gordon wins at Texas. Kurt Busch with another second place finish. Next up is Talladega. Gordon wins. Waltrip almost got the win there. Although that's not really much of an upset win at super speedways. I have somehow set this game to like the status quo of something. We're not going to get as random of a season as we got in NASCAR Thunder 2003, which I highly recommend you all watch. Exactly. Gordon's good. Looks like he's going to be the one with that big championship. Kurt Busch made it all the way back up to 10th. So how big is the points gap? It's a 155-point gap. We may finally see it. We may finally see Gordon retire. Kevin Harvick wins at Auto Club Speedway. Michael Waltrip got a top 10. Let's see. Kurt Busch gets his second win of the season at Richmond. Robbie Gordon gets into the top 10 along with Waltrip and Craven. Time for the All-Star Open. This time it goes to Jeff Burton. Junior wins the Coke 600. Hold on, have I dropped frames at all? Oh yeah, I've dropped a little bit of... It could be. It could be. Gordon's got a bit of a dominance in the standings at this point. It must be. Because like I said, this is what would happen if NASCAR still had its old point system, since this was the last NASCAR game to do it. Before the Nextel sponsorship. Jimmy Johnson wins at Dover. Jeremy Mayfield and Ricky Craven both get top 10s. Up next comes Pocono. And Kurt Busch with win number 3. If he didn't wreck out early up in the season, he may have had a shot at a title. But instead, he's only racing for pride at this point. Waltrip and Craven each getting in the top 10 as well. Next up is Michigan. Junior with another win. Good for him. Waltrip got into the top 10 again. Next up is Infineon. Kurt Busch, win number 4 at a road course of all things. He might not be as out of it as I thought he would be. Well, he moved up to 8th place in the standings, but he's going to need a lot to happen. Right now it's between Gordon and Stewart for the championship. And Labonte wins the Pepsi 400. Vicky Craven almost getting into the top 5 there. Next up is Chicagoland. Labonte wins again. Kurt Busch gets 3rd. Michael Waltrip again in the top 10. And now the points is separated by 122. Kurt Busch actually moved up to 7th, but he's still over 400 points back. Yep, let's keep going. Welcome back, Nabisco. And you're giving me a pay raise too of $5,000 a week. Let's go. Next up is New Hampshire. Yep, there goes Kurt Busch. He wrecked out at lap 34, unfortunately. Newman led all 20 laps he ran, but he couldn't get past 21. Stewart got a little bit on Gordon. He got 10 points. So good for him. No surprises again. Next up is Pocono. Junior wins. Gordon got a little bit of an advantage over Stewart. It's like a 10-point advantage that time. No surprises. Here comes the Brickyard 400, and Tony Stewart wins that one. So it's just gonna go pretty much back and forth, I think, between these two. Next up is Watkins Glen. Gordon wins that one. Jeff Burton rounds out the top 10. No other real surprises there. Next up is Michigan. Junior wins. Looks like Stewart got a lot of ground on Gordon this time. I gotta check. Good. Yeah, it's an 84-point gap between Gordon and Stewart. Can it finally be done? Can Gordon finally win his 8th championship? It's looking good so far as he wins the Sharpie 500. Kurt Busch wrecked at lap 13. My best finish? Let's see. Let me check my stats. My best finish, I think it was like 28th? No, 19th. All the way back in 2016. I don't know how I did that. Back Tiburon. Let's see. Newman with the win this time. Stewart's the one that got more points on Gordon at that race. Kurt Busch, Ricky Craven, and Jamie McMurray all get top 10s. Next up, back at Richmond. Gordon wins again. We're getting closer to that. Gordon... I think Newman led... No, he didn't. Who led the most laps this time? Matt Kenseth. He finished 8th. Ricky Craven with another top 10. Next up is New Hampshire. Harvick with the win. Stewart got a good gain off Gordon that time. How many wins did that put Harvick at now? Oh, the points gap is now 83. And it's still just between those two. Harvick has 103 wins and no championships. Harvick is now 4th all time. I believe, right? Yeah. 4th all time. But no championships. That's insane. And he adds another one. Yeah, that's why I don't bother. That's why I don't bother with upgrading the cars. At least when it comes to the simulation. You'll see upgrades when I do the 2003 career mode. Michael Waltrip gets in the top 10. Stewart got a pretty good run that time. Neither one led a lap, so the difference that time was 22. Exactly, that's strange to me. Next stop is Talladega. Gordon got the win that time. And I think he led the most laps, didn't he? Yes, he did. So that's a 15-point gain on Stewart. So he's making a little bit of it back. Next up is yeah, it was good to find out. It lets me know for sure. Alright, so the gap is 80 points between Stewart and Gordon as we head to Kansas. Yeah, Gordon didn't wreck out. Harvick with another win. He's got 106 now. C. Park with a top 10. And now we gotta get back to the new sponsorship. You know, it's gotta be tiring for my crew to always move out the halfway point of the season to a somewhat bigger garage and then go right back to start. You know? Alright, 6 races to go. That points gap is now 65 points. And yeah, there it is. He now has 105 wins. That's unbelievable. 105 wins and no championships. 106 wins! Gordon luckily led a lap, so that mitigated the damage slightly, but Stewart still got a lot of points gained heading into Martinsville. Gap is now 48 points? Yep, 48 points. Had to do quick math there. Next up is Martinsville. And Gordon gets 10 of those points back. Newman with the win. Again, Mike Waltrip and Ricky Craven both getting into the top 10. 4 races to go. The gap is 58 points. And it's still just between those two. Yes, I know there's a PC version of NASCAR Thunder 2004. The gap is gaining. The gap is gaining. That's 20 more points gained at Atlanta with a win there. Go Waltrip with the top 10. Next up is Phoenix. We got 3 races to go. Another second place finish for Kurt Busch. As the gap, that's another 20-point gain in the points. Alright, so with 2 races to go, the gap is 98 points between Gordon and Stewart. Again, I keep telling you this, man. I don't know. I don't play PC games. I don't play old-style PC games on newer PCs. It's a 15-point gap this time, so I think it's like 909 points. We're close to it. I'll be going with another top 10. So, yeah, it's 113 points. So, Stewart's going to need a big race to get a championship. He does not. It's done. Jeff Gordon, finally, after so long, is an 8-time NASCAR Cup Series champion. It is finally done. Let's check the stats. Gordon with 13 wins. Harvick with 8 this season. 4 for Earnhardt and Busch. Labonte with 3. Did it still keep track? Yeah, it still kept track of. What did it have him at the points? Oh, it still had him at 9th. I must have missed him. My bad. Labonte with 3. That now puts him at 74 wins. Still on 7 championships. Newman 2, Stewart 1, Johnson 1, and that's it. Go look at the poll awards. Gordon with 12, Stewart 7, Junior 4, Newman 4, Labonte 3, Kurt Busch 3, and that's all they keep track of. Jamie McMurray led the most laps, actually, with 743. Alright, can we finally say goodbye? Yes, we can, and in fact, we're also saying goodbye to Waltrip and Labonte. Mike Bliss takes over Michael Waltrip's car, and Bobby Labonte Coy Gibbs, rightfully so, takes over for the 7-time champ. So for this last season, it seems like we're going all out. Let's give a final farewell to these stats. Michael Waltrip had 7 wins. His last coming, I believe, at Darlington in 2015. Well, that's set up in the game code. A driver retires if they have 8 championships. That's a fact. And finally for Labonte, he retires like we saw with 74 wins. A perfect, yeah, I would retire too if I had 777 top 10s. This last season is going to be nuts. And Gordon does not have a replacement, so we're not having another number 24 driver unless there was a number 24 in the Busch series. I don't remember. But anyway, it's time for the final season of this career mode to come, and for this career mode to come to an end. Now see, look, we went from a big facility, or a middle-sized facility, back down to starters. How does that even work? Alright, bring on the crew. They're not happy, but they'll take the paycheck nonetheless. Exactly, that was close. But it's time. One last ride through the simulator. Now we're in for a nonsense. Or a bit of nonsense. It must be budget cuts, even though we have $47 million in the bank. Ryan Newman wins his first Daytona 500. Jamie McMurray and Chase Montgomery in the top 10. How did our new drivers do? Coy Gibbs finished 21st. And Mike Bliss finished 14th. So decent run for those guys. Round 2, North Carolina. Newman wins his 2nd in a row. Robbie Gordon, McMurray, Park, and Burton with top 10s. You know what, now that I think about it, we may end up with just more of the same. Just with different top 10 members. Kurt Busch gets his first win of the season at his home track in Vegas. Craven, McMurray, and Kevin Grubb finally gets into the top 10 again. Next up comes Tiburon. Alright, race number 4. Kurt Busch, 2 in a row. He gets the win at Atlanta. Jamie McMurray moves into the top 10. Next up, Darlington. Matt Kenseth gets the win this time. Unfortunately, Kurt Busch wrecked out at lap 260. Craven, Sadler, and McMurray all get top 10s. Next up, Bristol. Newman gets the win this time. Nadu, David Green, Casey Mears, and Jeremy Mayfield all get into the top 10s. Kurt Busch, 3 for 4. That's another win. Robbie Gordon and Ricky Craven get into the top 10. Jimmy Johnson gets his first win of the year. Nadu and Sadler each get into the top 10. Let's go back to Ritz. Alright, final race before the first checkup. Kurt Busch, another win. This might be a different type of points battle. Robbie Gordon and Sadler each get into the top 10. How's our point standings looking? Yeah, Jimmy Johnson's leading the points this time with Harvick 2nd, Newman 3rd, Stewart 4th, Craven 5th, and Kurt Busch 6th. Kurt Busch is on the outside shot, actually, with that DNF early in the season. But we'll see if he can make it up for it. What am I saying? The simulator's starting to take a hold of me. Kenseth wins at Auto Club. Looks like Junior got the... No, Johnson did, technically. So a bit even in terms of point distribution that time. Ryan Newman gets the win at Richmond. Another second place finish for Kurt Busch. Ricky Craven with a top 5. Jamie Mayfield got in the top 10. Good for him. Next up is the All-Star Open. The winner is Jeff Burton. Up next is the Coke 600. Kurt Busch, two Coke 600s in a row. Good for him. Where does that put the point standings now? I gotta check, actually. Since we're in the last season, we may as well. It's a 5-car battle. 6-car battle if you count Ricky Craven. That Coke 600 definitely helped. Next up is Dover. Oh, another win for Kurt Busch. He didn't lead the most laps, but that's still 5 more points than Newman. Mayfield, Park, and Craven each get a top 10. You know, we'll win the last season. Let's just check whenever the points whenever we want to. We got $50 million in the bank and we're still running this tiny garage. Kurt Busch slowly moving up. It's a 128-point gap now between Johnson and Busch. Now, if only we had this sort of thing last time. Tony Stewart gets the win this time. Robbie Gordon and Ricky Craven both getting into the top 10. That makes it now a 11-point gap between Johnson and Newman. Alright, we won't check until the midway point after Chicagoland. I hope NASCAR 21 to be good from the trailer. Everybody did. Well, all NASCAR gaming fans did. Newman got a little bit of an edge on Johnson. Busch staying in it. Mike Bliss gets his first top 10 in the 15th car. Junior, though, with the win. I gotta check. Oh, wait. Junior was further back than I thought, so he's not that much of a factor. But the lead is now cut to 6 points between Newman and Johnson. 16 between Stewart and Johnson. Are we going to see this 20 years too late? We're finally going to see Jimmy Johnson win the title? Let's see. Newman gets the win, so maybe not. He just took the lead. Kurt Busch is going to gain a little bit on Jimmy Johnson there. Nadu with a top 10 finish. Now we can wait a bit. Next up is the Pepsi 400. Yeah, that'd be nice. Kurt Busch top 5. Jerry Nadu top 10 along with Ricky Craven. Alright, time to go to Ritz again. Like I said, those two sponsors are going to be the one that stay with us for the rest of this career mode. Yeah, the points is now differentiated by 5. And 5 drivers have a shot at the championship. Unless we get a wreck. Here we go. And unfortunately, we got a wreck. Kurt Busch is wrecked. I think his title chances are done. That's 2 DNFs this season. So now it becomes a 3-driver chase. Technically 4 if you count Kenseth. Newman and Stewart are now tied. But Newman has more wins, so that's where the advantage is. Johnson's still only 23 points back of it all, so he still has a shot. Kenseth wins. Johnson gaining a little bit on Newman and Stewart. Oh, it was Matt Kenseth that led the most laps. Sadly with a top 10. Craven with a top 10. Let's move right along. Kurt Busch with another win. But Stewart's still in there with a top 5, and Newman still gets second place. But Jimmy Johnson had a bad finish, you saw. 39th place there. Mike Bliss with another top 10. Next up is the Brickyard 400. Jimmy Johnson made up for it with a win there. Kurt Busch led a lap, so he's tied with Newman in terms of points. He's still hanging in there, but he needs a lot of wrecks to happen. And right now, Newman is leading the points. And Stewart got a little bit closer. He wins the series at the Glen. Top 10s for Nadeau, Craven, and McMurray. Next up is Michigan. Kurt Busch from the top 5. He gained some points on Kansas, but again, I still think it's going to be between Newman, Stewart, and Johnson. Who's going to win that championship? Right now, it's looking like Johnson. He should have the points lead back. Yeah, Kurt Busch is out of it. Another DNF. Sorry, Susie. He had a best statistical run of wins, but it's not going to be enough for a championship. Too many DNFs. It's now a 20-point gap between Newman and Stewart again. As we sign back over to Tiburon. Yeah, that just keeps adding to it. That's career win number 8. He led the 367th and last lap to win his first Southern 500. But right now, Newman's got a point gain on both Johnson and Stewart. Meanwhile, Elliott Sadler and Mike Bliss with another top 10. Jimmy Johnson with another win. I'm thinking this is his championship to lose now at this point. We're heading into the final race before the last real points check. Stewart wins this time. Kurt Busch third. He only led one lap that time as well. Craven top 10 along with Elliott Sadler. Yeah, there you see. Thirdly, Kurt Busch all the way down in 7th. That's his 8th win of the season. But it's not going to be enough. He will have won a quarter of the season. But it's not enough. It's down to Newman and Stewart. Will Newman, after all this time, win his second championship? It's looking like it. That's another win. That's 10 points gained on, is it 10 or 15? No, 10 points on Stewart. Elliott Sadler looked like he led the most laps. Jimmy McMurray got into the top 10 again. Next up is the Talladega, the EA Sports 500. Stuck on Junior Johnson. Why am I stuck on him? Jimmy Johnson wins the EA Sports 500. And I can hear it too. He's getting the wins, but right now with the consistency battles between Newman and Stewart, Newman's got 55 points on him. As we go back to Nabisco. Welcome back, team. You can't escape us. Stewart was on the win. That's going to gain a lot of points on Newman. I forgot to check the rest of the top 10. Sorry. Let's go right to Lowe's. Kenseth with a win this time. Stewart's... Oh, no. Oh, no. Newman wrecks at lap 83. Tony Stewart takes the points lead. With 5 races to go, Tony Stewart has just taken over the points lead. And he's still on that consistent finishes. That's 3rd place. The battle's now between Stewart and Johnson. And it looks like it's still even. It's still even with 3 races to go. Stewart is 3 races away from clinching his 5th championship. Newman's got to hope for Stewart to have a DNF of his own. And he does! Stewart DNFs at lap 269. And Newman gets 5th place. Jimmy Johnson with the win. It is not over yet. Newman retakes the points lead. And Johnson is now 40 points behind. 2 races to go. How will this end? Oh, it's so close. It is so close. Kurt Busch, by the way, gets win number 9 at North Carolina. So now we'll see. Is this the final race of the career mode? Let's see. We're going to end this with a bang. How much of a difference? It is a razor's edge between the top 3. Between Newman, Stewart, and Johnson. A 3-way tie? No, that's going to be impossible. If it's determined by wins... Oh. No, it can't be a tie. Let's see. Here we go. Time to roll the dice. Who wins at Homestead? Kevin Harvick. I think Newman did it. Yeah, I'm gonna call it. I think Newman won the 2022 NASCAR Cup. Yeah, that's it. The career is over. That's it. The career is finally over. There it is. 20 years of a career in NASCAR history. And it ended as it began. Ryan Newman, NASCAR Cup Series champion. Oh wait, no. Newman didn't win the first year of the simulation, though. Well, it can't... Well, from first stream to last stream. Close enough. Who won the first season? I think... Oh yeah, that's right. It was Bobby Labonte. Bobby Labonte won the first championship. Without a win. But there you have it. That is 20 years in the NASCAR Cup Series. So let's take a look at some drivers and see how... Can I still customize my car? If I didn't have this custom paint... Oh yeah, of course I can still customize the custom car I made. Without a doubt. So let's take a look at some drivers that are still active. Hold on, let me check something. Yeah, it's taking until Gordon and Labonte retiring for some of these guys to even get into the top 10. Mike Bliss had 3 top 10s in his first year. So no doubt he's going to be Rookie of the Year. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm going to see every driver's, or every active driver's stats. Ones that have a face at least. Stan Bear's been here a long time. Since 2003. With an incomplete season in that 60 car. But he took over for Mike Skinner in 2004. He has only 2 top 10s to his record, though. And one of them was this season, though. So there's that. You see his average start and average finish of the career. Jeff Burton. Didn't get a win. He didn't get that miracle season like we saw in NASCAR Thunder 2003. Where, spoiler alert, Jeff Burton won the 2021 NASCAR Cup Series Championship. But he did get 113 top 5s. 555 top 10s. Good on him. He only had 2 poles, though, unfortunately. He did get into the top 10 in the standings, though. Kurt Busch is going to finish this career mode with 43 wins in his record books, 317 top 5s, 604 top 10s. He finished 4th in the standings in 2016 and 2014 and 2007. He kept getting close in the simulation, but unfortunately it wasn't enough. He didn't have the consistency. Next up is Ricky Cravens. He got his 8th career pole this season in 900 starts. 3 top 5s and 29 top 10s. Good for him. That leads to his highest points finish ever with a 9th place finish. I don't know how they got that far back there. But yeah, 9th place, that's his best point standings ever. Junior finishes with 5 career championships and 102 wins. Just over 500 top 5s. And an average finish in the top 10, along with an average start. Christian Fittipaldi, he did absolutely nothing of note. He kept finishing towards the back. He got up in the upper middle quite a few times, but the son of the famous IndyCar driver just couldn't match up. Hey Costas, welcome. No, this is just NASCAR stats here with a simulation that we ran, that we finished. 8 top 10s for Robbie Gordon this season. He finished 12th in the points. Good for him. David Green. He had 4 top 10s this year in his career, replacing Kyle Petty. Nothing else of note. You saw Kevin Grubbs' stats. Kevin Harvick finishes his career with 108 wins, 220 top 5s. He got 11 poles, 517 top 10s, and he did end up finishing 4th in the standings. Jimmy Johnson finishes with a nice and even 50 wins. As you can see, he could not match the dynasty he would set for his real life self. Although, did the playoffs help? Debatable. It's debatable. 323 top, 28 top 5, 617 top 10s. He got an average finish in the top 10 at least. This was his best points finish attempt. 5 wins for Matt Kenseth puts him at 64 wins. 668 top 10s. And of course, he couldn't win the championship either. Jeremy Mayfield. He did not get in the top 5 at all. Thanks for watching, dude. Thank you for joining me. Let's see. McMurray. He only had 1 top 5 in his entire career. Well, I mean in his entire simulation, I mean. Casey Mears. Only 6 top 10s won this season. We're gonna move right along. How long has the simulation been going? We're only like over an hour in, so I can gladly show you some of the other features of NASCAR Thunder 2004. Chase Montgomery, yeah, got 3 top 10s in his career. Jerry Nadeau did not get another win. He did get 72 top 10s, though, so good for him. You saw Newman, he's the champion. He's got 44 career wins. 484 top 5, 672 top 10s. Steve Park had a few top 10s in this simulation. Unfortunately, nothing better than that. Elliott Sadler had top 10s as well. 40 of them. Tony Stewart, let's go on him. 55 wins. 100 career poles. And he average finishes in the top 10. With 700 top 10s of his career. Brian Vicker's best year as well. I must have missed when he got those 3 top 10s. Good for him. Scott Wimmer, in his first full season with a good team, actually had a better than average season. Well, that was about all that we can get anyway. So that's it. This career mode is finally wrapped up. Alright, let me go to profile 1. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of the other extra features. Let's go take a look at the speed zone. So speed zone is basically like a basic tutorial of racing. You learn the basics of NASCAR, which is passing, drafting, going through road courses as fast as you can, and blocking. We'll do one of each just to show it off. I might delete it. There's nothing I can do with it now. There's no point. Hang on a second. There's actually music here to begin with. This is why I didn't want to show off. Oh yeah, they do. And of course, this is why I'm not showing off an actual career mode of NASCAR Thunder 2004 until I get a capture card, because there's too much slowdown here. Yeah, because for the first time ever, you could actually run team's test session paint schemes that they run at Daytona, which is a nice little touch. I appreciate that, because this is actually glorified testing sessions. Well, looks like we won with a lot to spare. So again, I'm either looking for a stronger laptop or a capture card so I can play NASCAR Thunder 2004 properly. Or do a career mode proper. I need to get a PS2 or an Xbox. Or wish that EA went through and actually made NASCAR Thunder 2004 for the GameCube. But there we go. That's passing. Next up, we'll learn about drafting at Talladega. Oh yes, you can. Those paint schemes are unlocked. But I'm not sure about the speed zone cars yet. And I think you can unlock them, but I forgot how. Next up, we learned about drafting. Most importantly, the new feature, Share Draft. So basically, share drafting, you can, the closer you stick behind a driver and the closer behind you stick to a driver, you can gain 2 up from even numbers between 2 to 12. Speed Zone will continue on in other NASCAR games like NASCAR Chase for the Cup, and I believe NASCAR 06. And alliances are very important for your career or season. Because the nicer you are to other drivers, the nicer they'll be to you. Next up, we get to actually go to one of the fantasy tracks in NASCAR Thunder 2004, the Devil's Canyon Speedway. We gotta go through a section as fast as we can. I think you guys have seen me go through this track before in the Chase for the Cup career mode. I'm just looking to get through as fast as I can. I'm not looking for... Yeah, exactly. They look cool. And we'll take the bronze. I'm just showing them off. Not looking for anything major. And finally, the last drill, which is blocking. We're back to Talladega for this one. It gives each track like a unique feel. Alright, so the goal is to keep each car behind as long as they each make a pass. For the purpose of this mode, for this challenge, it's only through one lap of Talladega. When it's green, they're about to make a pass, so that's when you gotta be at least somewhat behind them, without damaging their cars, of course. There you go, we're in the goal now. He technically passed me, but whatever, game. There we go, that's all the challenges. And that is the basic of how to drive in NASCAR. Or at least the EA NASCAR games. Next, we go through Thunder License. Which this is where the king, Richard Petty, will take us on a guided tour through each track and tell us how to drive it. For this example, we'll go to Richmond. Thank you. Plus, we also get a little... We can also have a driver drive alongside us and help us out. Yes, it is. For Susie, we'll do Kurt Busch. And I also like the little unique...
My father won the first NASCAR race here at the Richmond International Raceway in 1953. Back then, this place was a half-mile dirt track, and man, has it changed since then. Now it's 3/4 of a mile D-oval, with more fan seating than any other sports complex in Virginia. And with exciting racing that goes on here, I can see why. Richmond can be quite a fun track to race because it has wide grooves. Set yourself up on the outside of the track and get your speeds under 100 mile an hour for turn 1. Be careful getting back on the gas when you exit turn 2. There's not much banking, the car can get pretty loose. As you approach turn 3, remember that it's sharper than turn 1.
Alright, now it's time to take that lesson to heart. We got 10 laps.
Just getting on my brakes now. You're getting it. I'm getting back on the accelerator now.
So you can actually hear
Pick it up.
the advice your coach is giving to you. You can hear Kurt Busch giving me advice on how to go through the track. There we go, 21:32. With that settings, that's enough for a gold, right? Oh no, that was bronze. Oh no, that was... Oh, that's just for the best times for each difficulty. That's right. Oh no, it doesn't give me anything new. So that's Thunder License mode. Now let's take a look through the Lightning Challenge mode, which is basically the challenge mode of the game. And of course we'll do a Kurt Busch one again. We'll do a more difficult one, if he has one. Now, he only had one challenge that year. Let me pick him again. There we go. Hold him off. Johnny Benson was all over Kurt Busch's bumper in the closing laps of the 2002 Martinsville race, but he could not make the pass, giving Busch the win. Let's repeat history. Hold off Benson with 6 to go for the win. Now, for these Lightning Challenges, they actually have a little cutscene introducing them by an interview with NASCAR Cup Series driver and Daytona 500 winner Michael Waltrip.
Kurt, spring 2002, you're at Bristol, Tennessee. You battle the competition, win your first Winston Cup race. And in the fall, you're at another short track, Martinsville, Virginia, trying to win another race. You got a guy on your bumper this time who's trying to win his first Winston Cup race. What was going through your mind?
Well, I knew how hungry I was on that first Bristol race, so just at Martinsville, it was the same scenario. You got a guy that's leading the race. Here comes the second place guy that hadn't won a race. And Johnny Benson, he's a class act. He's a little different than most guys who hadn't won their first race, but he's still going to race you just as hard. So we knew we had to stay footed and make the car solid.
And what he gave you a little nudge, nothing really too out of character for Martinsville. What'd you think when he hit you? Just think, is that it, or is it going to come with more?
No, I knew he was going to come with more, but that ended up being it, you know, and people have their different books as how they're going to race people, and I knew he would get to me, and I knew he'd bump me, because I had wore my tires off to get by him earlier in that run. So now I'm put in a position for defense. And so he was on the offensive run. I knew it was going to be a great race at the end.
Kurt's playing defense. Let's line them up, go back to Martinsville, and try to get him the win again.
All right, let's see if we can repeat history and give Kurt Busch the win at the Subway 500.
You're out front. Stay there, and let's get this win.
All right, here we go.
Number 10 is inside.
Uh-oh.
Easy on the
Busch have been
bump,
bit
buddy.
too hard. There's that bump.
Clear all around. Hey,
Oh.
you gotta stay on the track to win this.
Forgot about that. Sorry. Try again.
We're looking at a mad dash to the finish. Hold your position.
All right. Try again. 6 to go.
Going inside.
A bit too high there.
Still there.
There we go.
The 10 car is still there.
Oh, almost caused him to hit the wall. There you go. Back out in front. Careful. Stay on the racing surface. 5 laps to go. There we go. Hammer it. 4 to go. How did I not notice that, dude? I appreciate it, but yeah, of course I've noticed. I've played this game already since it came out, pretty much. On both the Xbox and the PlayStation 2. I didn't play the PC version because that was more of a straight up simulator feel. Or straight up simulator game. And I cannot do simulator games on a keyboard. At least 100% on a keyboard. And I didn't have any... And USB controllers weren't really a thing that back then, or something that I could afford. Alright, 2 laps to go. Going good. Don't let the assist work for me, whatever. At least I'm just getting this done. Now, something I'm not showing off because I completed like 99% of these lightning challenges is that each time you beat one, you get a new Thunder plate, which shows off, which gets you, in some cases, a driver, a car, sponsor, or a paint scheme.
Alright, that's what we're looking for.
There we go. That's a Subway 500 win, just like in real life. Like you see here. Now let's actually go on a video showing all of these new features. What's new in NASCAR Thunder 2004?
Welcome to a brand new year of NASCAR Thunder presented by EA Sports. You're probably asking yourself, what's new in this year's game? Well, we're about to fill you in on all the cool new features you'll find in NASCAR Thunder 2004. Ever wish you could test your driving skills against gamers across the country? Well, if you have a network adapter for PlayStation 2 and an internet connection, you're going to get that chance. That's right. This year, NASCAR Thunder has taken its racing online to let you settle the score with that buddy who lives across the country or that trash talker who lives across the street. Create an EA Online account or use an account you've created for another EA Online title, and you'll be ready to get out there and take on all challengers. This year, EA Sports is adding a little emotion to the mix with a new in-game Grudges and Alliances feature. For every action, there's an equal reaction, right? Well, in NASCAR Thunder 2004, it's no different. Drivers won't take too kindly to any unnecessary bumping and grinding out of the track. Hey, they've got feelings too. So if you take the liberty of trading some paint out there, you can expect a little payback. Think of it as road rage at 200 miles per hour. The way you interact with each and every driver out on the track will have an effect on how they feel about you. If you share your draft with them or give them a little room on the racetrack, they might do the same for you. If you give them a little side or get into them, they'll be sure to remember it. If you've burned some bridges out there, don't think you're off the hook once the race ends either. These guys have good memories, and in season and career modes, their feelings towards you carry over from race to race. Ever wonder what NASCAR drivers do with all those big shiny trophies they win? Well, in NASCAR Thunder 2004, you won't have to wonder anymore. Go to the features menu and visit your trophy room to check out all the hardware you've collected. There's even a spot reserved there for the most coveted trophy in all of racing, the NASCAR Championship Trophy. Speed Zone is another new game mode found in NASCAR Thunder 2004. In Speed Zone, you'll be able to brush up on all the different racing skills that you'll need to be competitive out on the track. But don't think this is going to be a leisurely walk in the park. Heck no, this is a competition. Hey, how are you going to learn without a little competitive pressure, right? Speed Zone offers drafting, passing, blocking, and time trial scenarios for you to compete in. You'll be awarded points based on how well you're able to do in each of the scenarios. As your score improves, you'll unlock more difficult levels to compete in within Speed Zone. NASCAR 101 is a new feature designed to teach you how to become a winning stock car driver by utilizing the game modes found in NASCAR Thunder 2004.
Anyways, we'll take a look at those
this video
while
will teach you the basics about each game mode and techniques for using these modes as a prep course for your debut on the NASCAR circuit. Access this video in the features menu by selecting NASCAR 101. Looking to make a career out of racing stock cars? Well, EA Sports has taken its career mode to a whole new level in NASCAR Thunder 2004. You'll start from humble beginnings and watch your team and its facilities rise to glory through 20 years of a career. As you and your team become successful NASCAR competitors, you'll see changes in your race facilities, allowing you to purchase new equipment to help build your team into a championship contender. Starting your own team can be a pretty overwhelming undertaking. Don't worry, the folks at EA Sports have included a series of tips designed to help you get started on a successful career in NASCAR Thunder 2004. Looking for a quick and easy way to save your game? Use the Quick Save feature to quickly and easily save information to your memory card, PS2, from a variety of different screens in-game. When you see the Quick Save icon become active, that means you have something waiting to be saved. Press the R1 button to utilize Quick Save and to save your information whenever you see this icon on the screen. In NASCAR Thunder 2004, you'll also find a fresh new Lightning Challenge mode. The folks at EA Sports have added all new challenge scenarios and are ready for you to take on some of the craziest and most competitive moments from last year's NASCAR season. Along with all these new and exciting game features, EA Sports has thrown in a new batch of Thunder plates for you to unlock with the different game modes. These include everything from game cheats to shiny new paint schemes. So what are you waiting for? Now that you know what's new, it's time to get in the game. So pull those belts tight and let's get to
Alright, let's take a look at that NASCAR 101 feature.
Welcome to NASCAR Thunder 2004, presented by EA Sports. So you want to learn what it takes to compete on NASCAR's biggest stage? Well, here's your chance. In NASCAR 101, we're going to give you some racing tips and teach you how to use the game modes found in NASCAR Thunder 2004 to help you master the art of driving a 3,500-pound stock car like a pro. So tighten your belts and get ready. First, it's time to learn the basics you'll need to know in order to get around each of the tracks on the NASCAR circuit. So you think driving on a NASCAR track is all about mashing the gas and turning left? Well, think again. Use the Thunder license mode to learn how to get around all the tracks NASCAR runs at. You want to pay close attention to mastering the art of hitting the right speeds at different areas of each track. And who better to help you learn this than the king himself, Richard Petty? Prior to each Thunder license event, the king will take you under his
each
wing
of these
and
101
teach you all the
tutorials
right speeds
shows
to
you
hit at different
all the new
spots on
features of the
track.
game
Once again,
in
run off the
detail.
gas and roll into turn 3. You want to keep your speed at about 170.
Then it's time for you to take the wheel of the Richard Petty driving experience car and make the king proud.
Sorry about my
Don't
dogs,
worry,
by the
though.
way.
We're not going to leave you out there all by yourself. The coach you picked for Thunder license will be there on the track with you, giving you instantaneous feedback through radio communications.
Back off a little sooner.
Now, you see that line on the track? Well, keep an eye on it. It's the informative best line, or IBL, and it shows you the perfect line around the track.
Yeah,
The
come on.
IBL will also let you know where the braking and acceleration points are on each track. When the line turns yellow, it's time to ease off the gas. When it's red, start getting on the brakes. Once you see it turn green again, hit the gas. Combine the IBL and just the right speeds, and you'll really be flying. When you're driving, use the left analog stick to drift the car up towards the wall of the straightaways and floor it to build up as much speed as you can. Then when you come up on a turn, hang the car out towards the outside wall. Lift off the throttle and drive the car down into the turn. You want to practice the right time to let off the gas before entering each turn. Here's a tip. Use objects on the track as benchmarks to help you remember where you let off the gas that one time you really got into the corner well. Then follow the informative best line down the track. Drive your car down to the bottom of the track when keeping up as much speed as possible. Those Goodyear Eagles have a lot of grip, so
Alright,
don't
sorry
be
about
afraid
that.
to run it down in there hard. Hang on in the middle of the turn, and when you feel the car start to make its way through the corner, ease back into the gas and drift it towards the outside wall as you exit the turn. Don't get on the gas too early, or you'll pick up too much speed and smack the outside wall. It's all about timing in the turns. Sound like a lot? Well, don't worry. You'll have driving assist to help you out early on at each track in Thunder license mode for a little added help. So, once you've mastered the right lines and speeds around each track, you're ready to go racing, right? Well, not just yet. When you add 42 other cars to the mix, things change in a hurry. Speed Zone is a new mode in NASCAR Thunder 2004 that will help you prepare for some of the basic aspects of auto racing that you'll encounter when on the track with other drivers. Let's take a quick look at some of the things you'll be practicing in Speed Zone. First off, there's drafting. Drafting or slipstreaming is a racing technique in which drivers use the car in front of them to reduce wind resistance. With less resistance on the front of the car, you'll be able to suck right up to the car in front of you. In Speed Zone, you'll also practice passing. To finish first, you'll have to be good at passing cars out on the racetrack. Practice your passing in Speed Zone so you can gain valuable positions on race day. Make sure you pass carefully, though. You don't want to bang up your race car out there. Once you've passed all the cars on the track, you'll be running up front. But look out, they're going to be gunning for you, so you'd better know how to block effectively. No problem, the Speed Zone feature allows you to practice blocking, so you'll be able to hold that valuable track position. In Speed Zone, you can also participate in time trial events to help you improve on getting through those tricky areas on the racetrack. Learning how to work quickly through those tight spots will help you pick up positions on race day. All of these lessons in Speed Zone will get you one step closer to being a real competitor out there on the track. Once you start successfully completing challenges in license mode and Speed Zone, you'll start earning Thunder plates, which will unlock items for you to use in the game.
Alright, that's a couple of basics. Now let's use those basics.
Now that you've learned the basics, I hope you've practiced what you've learned, because it's time to get out there and put it to use. So let's go to the Race Now feature of NASCAR Thunder 2004. This will give you the chance to hop in your favorite driver's ride for a single race. First thing you'll want to do when you get to the track is set up your car for the specific track you're at. Get out there and turn a few practice laps to find out what exactly could be better with the car. Think back to the laps you've turned in Thunder License and how you learned the correct lines and speeds around each track. You'll want to try and adjust your car to run those exact lap times. Also, make sure you use the other cars that are practicing on the track with you to see how your car handles running different lines and in traffic situations. When you're out there practicing, you want to look for two of the most common handling conditions your car may be suffering from. The first of these is a tight condition, or push. This occurs when the front tires lose grip before the rear tires do, causing the vehicle to push up the racetrack in the turns. You'll notice this condition when you enter a turn at a reasonable speed and you can't.
Yeah, I know, it's just an unfortunate lag moment
let
there.
off the gas quickly so you don't get too far
Hey,
off your
strategist,
line and cause a
welcome.
wreck. A tight race car is usually a slow race car, since you have to bring the car to such a low speed in order for it to turn. You'll want to avoid this condition on race day. The second condition is a loose or free race car. This occurs when you try to turn the car and the back tires break traction, causing the car's rear end to come around. This again happens primarily in the turns and is a dangerous condition, since it can cause the car to fishtail out of control. With some nifty driving, you may be able to finesse a loose car around the track without losing too much speed, but you'll burn up your tires real quick.
Gotta keep the tires in good shape to be fast, buddy.
So what do you do to remedy those car handling problems? Head to Car Setup and try some different adjustments to see which one fits your driving style the best. Remember, not everyone likes the car to handle the same way, so set the car up to best suit your driving style. Don't get too carried away, though. Make individual adjustments as you run practice laps. That way you can keep track of what each adjustment is doing to your car. Before you know it, you'll be a regular crew chief, ready to call all the shots. So now that your car is set up, what are you waiting for? Get out there and qualify for the race. If you qualify towards the back or you're still not happy with your car's handling, then you might want to enter happy hour. No, not that happy hour. In NASCAR Happy Hour, you'll have one last chance to make those final adjustments to your car.
This game's rated E for everyone.
Well, it's race day. Time to put all the skills you've learned to the test. You might be thinking, hey, no problem. If someone gets in my way, I'll just give them the old chrome horn. Not so fast. You'll have to watch your manners out there on the track. NASCAR drivers don't take too kindly to
Let's
pushing
introduce
and
the
shoving.
Grudges and
You
Alliances
want to try
feature.
and race clean. Keep your number of allies out of the track at its highest. Because, hey, you never know when you might need that extra track space or that lap back. If you go out there and try throwing your weight around, you'll turn some competitors into rivals who won't be as courteous around you anymore. Or worse yet, they may just pay you back. Before you go off into the brave new world of seasoned competition, take a while to enter Lightning Challenge mode. Here you'll find loads of
We'll take a look at a
real-world
couple more of these
NASCAR
Lightning
race
Challenges modes
situations
just
to
because
negotiate
strategists
your
got
way
here.
through. These challenges will put you smack in the middle of some of last year's craziest situations. From giant wrecks to last lap shootouts, you'll be thrust smack in the middle of the
We'll do
action.
those wreck
If
ones.
there was ever a test for what you've learned so far, Lightning Challenge is it. Plus, you might pick up some more of those valuable Thunder plates.
Now let's learn about season and career mode before we get on to those quick lightning
All right,
challenges.
now that you've been practicing different race scenarios and chalked up a couple races under your belt, you're ready to
Well, there's a
really
lot to get
in
into
the
in
game.
NASCAR racing.
Season mode gives you the opportunity to take over your favorite driver's ride for an entire race season and see
Now I
how
learned the
you
difference
stand
between
up in
season
their
and
racing
career mode.
shoes. Or if you
DJ.
really want, you can take over their teammate's car and drive alongside your NASCAR heroes. The key to a successful season is going to be consistent finishes. Keep in mind that every finishing position out of the track will get you points towards the NASCAR season standings. So concentrate on driving clean and staying out of trouble. You don't have to take the checkered flag in every race to win the championship. Remember, you'll be taking over for real NASCAR drivers here. So while you're in the driver's seat, try to uphold their reputation on the track. Because unlike in race now, the rivalries and alliances you make during each event in season mode will carry over from race to race. So if you don't want to have a bunch of drivers gunning for your quarter panels, you'd best show your competition some respect out there. Keep an eye out for your allies on the track and try to run with them. They'll be more than happy to race with you and cut you some slack when you need it. Season mode will give you the opportunity to fine-tune your car setup skills on an established race car. Make sure to use all the practice time available to you before you get out there and race, because now there's points on the line, and you don't want to get called out on the track knowing you could have made some last-minute adjustments. Once you've mastered the art of driving and car setups, it's time to step into a whole new world of NASCAR racing and start your very own career from the ground up. Think you're ready? Well, let's get started. Career mode is the ultimate NASCAR experience.
Right.
It's up to you to build your race team from humble beginnings and claw your way through seasons to
kind of a
become
little
either the
sneak
next
peek also
NASCAR
what to expect in
legend
NASCAR Thunder
or just another
2003.
flash in the pan.
Finished in the back. We need to work a little harder next week.
Don't expect to be an overnight NASCAR sensation, though. You won't have the luxury of taking over an established ride right off the bat. Surround yourself with the best team your money can buy and try to lock up some sponsor to help you along financially. But remember, your team and sponsor are going to expect some results from their driver. So hire yourself the right personnel and sponsors before you take to the track. Then it's up to you to make the key decisions as you maintain your stable of cars and make key personnel decisions. It's good to be the boss, right? You'll be trying to make a name for yourself out there in the early going, so try to earn the respect of your fellow competitors. They're not going to take too kindly to some hotshot rookie coming in banging fenders. Just like in season mode, you'll have to maintain relationships with the other drivers out on the track. But unlike in season mode, you won't be starting off with any allies. Here, you'll have to earn them. Once you start making a name for yourself, coveted sponsors and highly qualified personnel will be knocking at the door to join your team. Make the right calls through the seasons of your career by selecting the best sponsors and grooming your team into a championship contender. Sound like a lot? Well, don't worry. Your friends at EA Sports have included career tips along the way to give you valuable pointers and guide you in your career. Well, now it's up to you. So get out there and start building your own legacy out on the track with the game modes found in NASCAR Thunder 2004 to help you practice and some smart driving. You're sure to be the next contender for the championship.
All right. So before we go, we'll do a couple more of these lightning challenges. We'll do the Rex ones that these guys had. Yes. Yes, they are. That's how it works. In fact, do I have... Let me look at Race Now real quick. Here's some of the legends I unlocked through the lightning challenges. Gil Yarborough, Alan Kowicki, Junior Johnson, Dale Earnhardt. Also his legacy, his Goodwrench Plus that he ran at Daytona. His Coke Chevy. Silver one. Yeah, the Silver Goodwrench, the Bass Pro Shops, the Wrangler jeans, and the Oreo Goodwrench car. Do I have any of those? Oh yeah, I could drive as the pace car. I can also drive as Joe and Barney. The 56 NASCAR Thunder car. Why, yes, my man. Okay, so there wasn't a 24 car in there. They got all the EA stuff in there, man. Tiburon, EA Sports, EA Games, EA.com. And all the main sponsors of NASCAR have their own car in the game. Look, here's what I mean, if it will let me. There, see, test cars, just like they had in the Speed Zone. See, like that. Alright, let's go do a couple more of those Thunder challenges. Which one was it? Yeah, here's one. Oh, wait. Yes, Pfizer was a sponsor in NASCAR. And yes, you cannot say beer in a NASCAR game unless someone makes it themselves. Or in future NASCAR games where you establish that you're over 21. NASCAR Rumble had NCAA March Madness 2000 and NASCAR 2000 and Knockout Kings 2000. And one of the early in-game promos had NBA Live 2000. Let's see. There. Alright, let's see. Luck was on Ricky Rudd's side as he managed to avoid countless wrecks in the 2003 Texas race. Get Rudd through one more with no damage to pass the challenge.
Ricky, we head to Texas Motor Speedway. That's a fast racetrack.
Yeah, it's awful fast. It's one of the fastest on the circuit for sure.
When you go there and you're at a place that you're going 900 miles an hour, you don't need everybody wrecking in front of you, but it seemed in Texas, that's what happened. Every wreck, you're right in the middle of things.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that came to be, but it did seem like about every caution and every wreck was right in front of me. And it's, you know, you've been through it 100 times. All you do, you see it, you look at it, you read the wreck, you see which way the wreck's going to go. You get one chance to steer around it. You see it, you read it, you brake, and then you steer, and you got one stab at it. So you don't want to commit to go low when the cars are going high, but you know they're going to come low.
Right.
So you got to read it, and after you read it, make a commitment, and hopefully the hole stays open.
People think you need quick reflexes. That's the opposite of what you need. You got to just go, okay, they're wrecking. Let's see where they're going to head. Is that how you kind of go about it?
Yeah, that's sort of my gut instinct. You know, you think you would want to see something. As soon as you see it move, you'd react. And I had a spotter one time. He saw the wreck, and the guy spun. He went up the track. He came down. He went back up the track. And the whole time he's telling me, go low. No, go high. No, go low. And this went on for seemed like 10 minutes. And I'm sitting there, if I could have, I'd have turned my radio off. You got one chance, to see it, read it, let the momentum carry which way it's going to go, and then you go the opposite way. I mean, that's the plan. It doesn't always work that way.
Ricky was running over 180 miles an hour, saw wrecks, had to avoid him at Texas Motor Speedway. We're going to put you in his car, put a wreck in front of you, see if you can do it as well as Ricky did. Let's get in the game.
All right. Let's see how we do it. Back to the Samsung Radio Shack 500. Let's see if we can get through a wreck ourselves. Hey, Saturn. Glad you can make it. This is the closest I can get to a raid today. No! I wasn't gonna make it anyway. Darn it. Let's try again.
Stay alert. Number 43 coming high. Made some contact.
Darn it. Reacted too late.
Got some damage. That's it.
Yep, that's it. Damage.
We haven't had a caution in a while.
And like I said, this is the closest I'll get to a raid today. More than... Oh, no. Oh, no! More! No!
Coming back at us. You've got some damage.
So did I. They actually existed till like 5 years ago.
Far inside.
Now they became T-Mobile stores. Whoa! There we go.
Clear.
There we go.
Got it. Way to go. Nice run.
Yep, nice run. We got through it cleanly. Now let's move on to the next one. Well, let's actually do one first that I actually find a funny interview. We're going to go through a Michael Waltrip moment. Michael Waltrip won the 2002 Pepsi 400 under caution, after Dale Earnhardt Jr. could not find drafting help to pass him. This time the race will finish under green, and Jr. will have some help. So let's see Michael Waltrip interview... Michael Waltrip?
The 2002 Pepsi 400 from Daytona Beach, Florida. Michael Waltrip takes the win under caution. Michael, what was it like battling against your teammate late in the going? Well, it was cool, We thought we had a really good car. We thought we could win the race. We didn't really care what Junior did, which way he went, because I felt like I had the car to win. And fortunately, I was right. You got a bunch of cushions thrown at you at the end of the race. What'd you think about that? I thought they were giving me a ticker tape parade. I thought they were all celebrating my win. But I guess they were upset that it didn't end under green, that it ended under caution. So maybe we should end one under green. What do you think? Hey, let's get in the game, Mike. And we'll make this one end under the green flag, and we can let you see if you can pull it off like that. I don't even know who you are sometimes. Don't talk to me like that. Get in the game.
Yeah, sure, they're upset that it ended under caution. Right. Totally not upset that Junior didn't win his second Pepsi 400 in a row. That's a nice... that's a nice way of looking at it, though. Right, we got one lap to go in the Pepsi 400. We gotta hold off Junior and the rest of the field. Alright, here we go. On to the back stretch. Jimmy Johnson's now looking for the room past us. Went side by side down the back straightaway.
Hold your line. He's still there.
And there we go. We held him off. Everybody's going for it. Here they go. Well, it sounds like somebody scraped the wall or another car. But we're going to hold them off. We're going to win the Pepsi 400.
Wow, nice job. That's the way to do it. That's the way to do it.
There we go. That's a win. Exactly. Although I do appreciate in future games they'd have Kenny Wallace do it. I don't mind him. This is above what they did in Thunder 2003, where it's just like, sit down, telling you about it, straight up. Let's do another rec one. That would be... Not that one. We'll do that later. How long have we been streaming for? Just under 2 hours. We can go a little bit farther today. We'll do another Daytona one with Michael Waltrip. This time, his teammate Steve Park is going to interview Michael Waltrip.
Michael, you won the biggest race of the year 2 times in a row. How do you feel about that?
Well, we all love Daytona. I mean, when I was a kid in Kentucky, all I knew about was the Daytona 500, and I know it's probably a whole lot that way growing up in Long Island with you. All the racing's world attention focused on Daytona in February, so just honored. You know, it's great to have the good cars that Dale supplies us and the DI team gives us.
Exactly.
Be riding in that car that's so fast.
That's right, and again,
never forget that Sunday, October, Monday.
All day long, run to the front.
Yeah, never forget that Sunday, October, Monday. Alright, let's see if we can let's see if we can give Michael Waltrip his 500 win in the sun this time, instead of having it a rain-shortened victory. Right now, monster. Wait, am I winning this thing, or is Junior winning this thing?
Got one outside.
Yeah, whatever. Apparently Junior's a lap down now. I don't know how that happened.
The 8 car is still there.
There we go. We make the pass. Oh, okay, so we're racing to that point in real life when the rain happened on lap 109. Well, technically 110.
Got one inside.
See if we can hold off the field.
All clear, buddy.
Alright, down the back stretch again. Everybody's after us again. Try to hold off. Looks like Kurt Busch was going for a pass there. Walking cleanly. Back out the camera so we can see where the drivers are coming from. Here comes Kurt. Nope, not going to let him pass me that time. White flag, last lap. No. Here we go. Turns 1 and 2.
Number 20 is passing high.
Stewart wants a pass. Here we go, keeping the speed up. Locking everybody. Down the back straightaway onto turns 3 and 4. Booth don't want to get off the racing circuit and fail the objective already. Or just seconds before the end. And we're going to hold them off. We got the win.
You conquered this one,
Or what would be the win.
That's the real deal right there.
Thank you. I'm glad you guys could show up today. Alright, we'll do the other rec one. Yeah, it's been a long time since Saturn made it here, at least. Strategist tried to be here Monday, but you know about the internet issue. Here we go. Slicing and dicing. Right, we gotta set the stage. Kevin Harvick made it through a huge pileup untouched when Jimmy Johnson and Robbie Gordon got together. Maneuver the 29 Chevrolet through the wreck with no damage at Bristol.
Bristol Motor Speedway is a wild racetrack. You're not even safe on restarts. Robbie Gordon and Jimmy Johnson got together, spun in front of you. You're able to snake through it. There's not a lot of room at Bristol. What's your mentality when you see something break out?
Keep your guard up. I don't even feel safe in my trailer. But you just have to keep your eyes open. It's like driving 500 qualifying laps, and there's going to be something happen, whether you're in the front, in the back, in the garage. So you just have to keep your eyes open and make sure you got your foot close to the brake pedal.
When I go to Bristol, I kind of thinking maybe most places you think, okay, you need to be slow to react when you see trouble. You know, just let the wreck develop, watch what's going to happen. But at Bristol, sometimes quick reflexes are a necessity as fast as things happen there.
Yeah, it happens so fast that a lot of times your first reaction is your only reaction, and if it's wrong, you're probably going to wreck.
You heard it right there. Get through this wreck on the restart. Fight your way back to the start-finish line without crashing. Get in the game.
All right, let's try to survive a wreck in Bristol. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Alright, here we go. Time to survive another wreck. This time at Bristol.
Number 88 is looking left. The 88 car down low.
Whoa! Whoa! No way! No way! We're on the group. That's not what happened. Darn it!
Guys running awful close up there. Number 88.
Oh, I wasn't paying attention.
That's impressive.
No! Oh, again.
Haven't had a caution in a while. The 88 car is passing low. Far low.
Up, here we go again. Here we go again. Stop. Ah! Darn it!
Things are getting a little crazy up ahead. Be careful. Got one down low.
Uh-oh, here comes the record.
You need to be
What?
a little more
What? That counts! That counts as damage! No!
Stay
No!
alert.
Go again!
Looking to pass.
Cut!
Far inside.
Oh. Everybody just piled up on the upper lane there. I can't even see who wrecked up there.
The 88 car is looking left. Number 88
Stay low.
is down
Let's see if
low.
that works out. Whoa. Okay. Okay, it looks like everybody stayed up that time. Now just don't hit the wall and we're good. Don't hit the wall. We're good? Okay, good, we're good.
On both sides.
There we go. So much wrecking.
Oh, yeah.
Two cars are stopped, dead set in the track.
We're looking for.
But there we go. We got through it. Alright, we're going to do one more Thunder challenge. And it looks like Kurt Busch spun out early there. I'm not sure if he got involved in that wreck or not. But, yeah, we're going to do one more Thunder challenge before we call it a stream for today, everybody. And I truly appreciate all of you showing up, whether here on YouTube or on Twitch. I appreciate it. So we're going to do a unique Thunder challenge, one that hasn't been done before, I don't think. Don't remember going through the 06 Thunder challenges. Of course I know about creative car mode. What? It's the same one we started with in the career mode. Let's go ahead. Spin cycle. Dale Jarrett overcame a spin on lap 11 in the 2002 Michigan race for his 30th career win. Starting 11th, stay on the lead lap after his spin in turn 4, and make it to 32nd within 3 laps. So yeah, this is a unique Thunder challenge, as you're about to see.
A lot's been made about the importance of starting up front, but you took starting in the back to a new level at Michigan this past year, spinning early in the going, remaining on the lead lap.
What'd you think was up ahead of you after that?
Well, I figured after I didn't hit the inside wall that I was going to have a chance anyway. My car was so loose at the start, it just got away from me. And I thought this is going to be a day that we're just going to have to be patient and see what happens, adjust the car. And it took about 3 pit stops to get it adjusted, and then I knew that we had a chance because of how good the car was.
Was it loose all day on new tires, or did you get it fixed after the start?
Actually, it got to the point that I got a little bit tight, and we had to come back because that kind of spooks you a little bit whenever you spin out. So I got it to the point of being too tight, and then we came back and got it freed up on new tires, which made it really good on a long run.
Dale spins in the early going, gets to pit
Yeah.
road, gets out and stays
Oh,
on the
wait,
lead
yeah,
lap.
we'll have to do
That's
one
your
more
challenge.
then.
Can you do the same? Get in the
Oh,
game.
one more extra one then. I'll have to do one more extra lightning challenge then. We gotta do the moment that defined the 2003 NASCAR, the NASCAR Cup Series season. Yeah, we're gonna be let's playing, for real this time, the 2000 NASCAR Thunder 2003 career. Okay, here comes the spin.
Hold it steady.
There's the caution.
Car inside.
Alright, we're gonna have to pit. These tires are too worn now. This gives you guys a chance to see the pit stops at NASCAR Thunder 2004. We got nothing to worry about. We're gonna take this car into the pits all on our own. Yeah. Mostly on YouTube. But yeah, you're seeing why I'm not doing a NASCAR Thunder career mode, at least until I get a better computer or capture card for it with either an Xbox or a PlayStation 2. Alright, here we go. On the right side, putting on those right side Goodyear Eagles. I'm still not going to forget in NASCAR 2005, you could have an entire Mr. Clean pit crew. Or in NASCAR 06, where you could drive an actual UPS delivery truck. Alright, so we got the 43rd. Remember, we got to get the 32nd in 3 laps.
All clear, buddy.
Alright, we're back underway. You see, it seems my emulator can't seem to run the full 43 car field, at least for the PS2. Which is why I'm only doing the career mode in NASCAR Thunder 2003. We gotta get past Kevin LePage here in the 57. Pass, there we go. There we go. 1 down, 10 to go.
Clear on both sides.
I know. And GameCube ones are gonna run a lot better. GameCube ones run a lot better.
The 25 car is inside.
Pump on Brett Bodine. Makes a pass on Joe Nemechek here. That's 2 laps to get to these next 8 spots.
Car high.
2 to go. We're in 39. And I'm probably going to be able to run more when that new PlayStation Plus comes out in June. I know it probably won't have any major sports games like these, but I'll be glad to show you guys new experiences on Twitch, like, say, Ratchet & Clank, hopefully, or, what else should I show you guys? Maybe Gran Turismo? We'll see. With Gran Turismo 4, I mean. Can't show you 5 because it was on the PS3, and PS3 games are streaming only for the Plus membership. But yeah, I can definitely emulate PS1, Dreamcast, and GameCube games. And certain Wii games, too. Since I don't have a Wii remote, I can't... Exactly. I want those things back. Those, Forza Motorsport does its best by having, like, that Ford van that kind of emulates the DHL vans. Or modern delivery vans like Amazon and stuff like that. But it's not the same. It's not the same as driving the famous truck in the famous delivery truck around like Red Ball Speedway or Daytona, just like everybody wanted to back in that era. There we go. Alright, so we're gonna do one more challenge. And then I will call it a stream and we will put an end to NASCAR Thunder 2004. Alright, where is he? Well, it'll probably be in the rookie, wouldn't it? There he is. 8 tires are better than 4. In a spectacular finish, Ricky Craven beat Kurt Busch by mere inches to win the 2003 Carolina Dodge Dealers 400. It's the last lap, and you will have to make the pass on Busch to get the win.
Ricky, take us through those closing laps at Darlington. You were closing on him. Did you think you had time to get there?
I really believed I could catch him. And, of course, the old adage, catching one thing, passing's another. And as you know, it's hard enough to go through turn 1 by yourself on new tires. We tried going through turn 1 side by side on wore-out tires, and you saw what that got us. But then we got a shot off of turn 4 the last lap, and it was pretty exciting.
A lot of times when there's a wreck, you think your way through it. You look and you react and you drive. Something tells me that was more of a reaction than that was just you jumped on it and hoped it worked. It looked.
You're exactly right. It was all offensive. It was neither one of us were really defending ourselves. It was just a sprint from turn 4 to whoever could get to the start-finish line first.
And the result, if you wrecked after that, who cares?
Well, that's true, but you know, the really cool thing about that finish was that we went toe-to-toe, and we mixed it up as hard as you can and didn't wreck one another. Now, had we wrecked one another before we got back to the start-finish line, you got a controversy. Instead, you got a great finish.
Right, a controversy in which I would have benefited because I was just behind you guys. But, nevertheless, let's put you behind Kurt Busch with a lap to go and see if you can be as smart and as fortunate as Ricky Craven was. Let's get in the game.
So we're going to try and recreate the greatest finish in modern NASCAR history at the Carolina Dodge Dealers 400. Of course, we're going to try not to win as close as they did, as close as Ricky Craven did that day.
You're in second. Let's take this guy.
We got a half-second gap to get on Kurt Busch. See if we can do it. There you go, down the backstretch. We caught up. Uh-oh. Down the bump. It's gonna be ticking me, but I don't care. I think we got it. Oh, here we go. Yeah, we did it. We beat up the car, but we got the win at the Carolina Dodge Dealers 400 in a much more comfortable fashion than the actual race that was ran. Alright. Well, that is the perfect place to end that one. Where it's time to say goodbye to NASCAR Thunder 2004 again, until I get a better computer or a capture card with a PlayStation 2 or with the PlayStation 2 version of the game. I appreciate it. And I really hope you guys will tune in to my next stream, which I, as usual, do not know what it'll be, or what I will stream. I might end up going back to NASCAR Thunder 2003 to actually start the career mode sometime this weekend, whether Friday or Saturday remains to be seen. But until then, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you all in the next video / stream. Again, if you like what you see, leave a follow on Twitch, subscribe here on YouTube, for more gaming content. For YouTube, it's whatever I can record. But until then, see you all next time. I'm thankful for all you guys here. And I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye, everybody. And take